It's a far cry from Randwick, but this is where Sunlight's journey to the $14 million, the TAB Everest, begins.
On a bitterly cold and wet Melbourne winter's morning, it's business as usual at trainer Tony McEvoy's Flemington stables. McEvoy, who has a South Australian base at Angaston that also demands his attention, has left trusted stable foreman Michael Stephenson in charge, along with Sunlight's race day rider Luke Currie, to plot her early path to her Sydney assault that will, all going well, have her triumph in the world's richest turf race on Saturday, October 19.
This is the doom and gloom of it, but gee, she makes it easy getting out of bed this time of year. Such an exciting build-up. She's elite, so she's got elite standards. She eats everything, got such a good attitude. She doesn't like being fussed over, so less is more for her. As long as she's happy and bright, enjoying her work, we know she's her usual self.
And does she like stable life?
She does, yep. She spends a lot of time here at Flemington, so she enjoys the routine. It's such a good long walk out to the track and warms them up, and yeah, she's just happy in the environment, and yeah, we always get a good guide on her here.
Stephenson thrives on the responsibility and is in constant contact with his boss.
Tony's not just such a good trainer of horses, he's a good trainer of people as well, so he's given myself a great opportunity. We came here small and we built quickly. We sort of first came to Melbourne with about half a dozen horses, and we can house about 70 now, so it's growing nicely. He's got good quality staff, horses, and he's not scared to give you a bit of rein and make decisions. Yeah, in communication with him all the time. It's probably one of his best assets, but he has a lot of trust in people, which you know, he's great to work for.
As for Currie, who has been aboard Sunlight in most of her race starts, returning from a short winter break was made easier when she was waiting for him.
Come back from holidays and she was the first horse on the list. I thought I was spoilt. So I got back from 2 weeks off and jumped on her straight away. It's pretty easy to do that. Yeah, she's very fast, and you know, you feel like you're floating along when you're going pretty quick.
Currie is adamant that Sunlight is his favourite female, at least of the equine kind.
Definitely the favourite. She's spot, I suppose, behind my wife and daughter. Then there's Sunlight. She's got her own, as all horses, they have their own personality. I find she can be a bit grumpy sometimes, but I just leave her to her own devices on the way out, and she sort of works it all out and then tells me when she's ready to go. And yeah, she's a real lady.
Sunlight is already a 3-time Group 1 winner, but it was her run in the TJ Smith Stakes earlier this year over the same course and against a similar field to what she'll face in the TAB Everest that has Currie convinced she's a leading contender. We
sort of decided that we weren't going to be able to burn across and use all her petrol getting across and try and get over closer to the rail. So we decided to just sit out and rest, and even though she'd done that quite easily, it's a lot of extra ground you're covering. I know the winner sort of came off our back on straight, and so comes from cover and then rips home, and we've done all the work for it. So I thought it was a huge effort.
Muscle, Sunlight gets going the outside.
I've always thought that she's gone better actually Sydney way. She gives me a better feel Sydney way than Melbourne way. I'm not sure why that is. She only had her first start down the straight here. And then went straight to Queensland and raced up there for her preparation for the Magic Millions. So, yeah, to me, she's always been better going that way. And I don't know whether that's just in my head, but yeah, I think I prefer her that way.
You reckon it took a lot of pressure off Tony, knowing that a long way out he can just concentrate on one thing?
Yeah, absolutely. So he's going to try and follow the same template as Redzel. It's been very effective, so we'll try and do the same with her, but just taking a lot of pressure off Tony, just knowing she's got the spot, and we can just build her up accordingly and have her peaking for those 2 weeks. Ideally, he'll like to get to the Everest 4th up, and then into the Golden Eagle. She might be at a most vulnerable first up because she can, you know, carry a bit of condition, but as long as she comes through that well, she'll train on strongly.
For the stable, there won't be a bigger time for you guys, staring down the face of 2 races worth over $20 million?
Yeah, it's scary, and it's such a good journey too. Like to get picked up in the Everest, you know, a good time ago. It's exciting for the whole stable here at Flemington and also Angaston as well. Yeah, some big prize money on offer, and there's not going to be a more important fortnight for us. What she's done at 2 and 3, she's been at the front of the bus in a lot of high pressure races, and who's to say she shouldn't do it at 4? It's exceptional what she did at 3, beating the older horses in high pressure races up the front, and she thrives off that. She's got such a good constitution. You know, if we don't sort of keep it up to her when she's at that stage of her prep, we're probably doing her an injustice, having her a bit underdone. So she loves the work, loves her racing, and you know, she eats all the time. So I've always got a good guide with her, and you know, she's just a real professional athlete.
As Currie's keen eye glances over the coat of Sunlight, who tackles the $14 million the TAB Everest as a 4-year-old mare, you get the feeling he'll be heading to Randwick full of confidence on October 19.
She's always been a really strong filly, but I suppose as they get older, they just develop and look more of that complete racehorse. And if you look at her now, there's not much you could fault about her.